Is the Israel-Hamas conflict turning into a bigger threat for the entire region beyond Middle East? On 18th January 2024, Pakistan launched a series of air and artillery strikes inside Iran, targeting Baloch separatist groups, codenamed Operation Markbar Sarmachar, meaning death to insurgents, by Pakistan. The attack was launched in response to the Iranian missile strikes in Pakistan 2 days earlier. This attack marks the first known instance of a foreign country launching an attack on Iran since the end of the Iran-Iraq War in 1988. Before we proceed further, please share in the comment section below if you know the common languages spoken in both the countries. Let's proceed with this rather dangerous looking new war front which has the potential to create instability in our region. According to Pakistan, the attack was launched in Sistan and Balochistan in retaliation for a missile strike carried out by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in the border area of Pakistan's Balochistan province. The Iranian strike allegedly targeted the Jaish-ul-Adl militant group on 16th January 2024, resulting in the deaths of 2 children and injuring 4 people, as reported by Pakistan. The question here is, can this turn out into a full-scale war between the two countries? Because if you notice, till now a little away from India in the Middle East, these things used to take place. But in case of a full-scale war between Iran and Pakistan, it is obvious that India's territory, which is very close by, can be under direct threat from Pakistan. Pakistan could start some activities on its eastern borders. There has been a gradual spread of tension between Middle East nations in the last year or so, which could spiral into a threat in the Indian subcontinent region. Iran claimed that it had only targeted Iranian terrorists on the soil of Pakistan and that no Pakistani nationals were targeted. But the attack sparked anger in Pakistan, which called the strike an egregious violation of international law and the spirit of bilateral relations between Pakistan and Iran. Iran said that it had been targeting stronghold of the Sunni militant group Jaish-ul-Adl, known in Iran as Jaish al-Dhulm or the Army of Justice. Separatist militant groups operate on both sides of Pakistan-Iran borders and has previously claimed responsibility for attacks against Iranian targets. Pakistan's and Iran's struggle against separatists operating on either side of each other's borders is not new. What is highly unusual is that for the first time, on either side has willingly hit targets across the borders without informing the other. Deadly clashes along the turbulent border have happened regularly over the years. All this is happening against the backdrop of Israel's bombardment of Gaza, which has sent repercussions coursing through the region. The larger regional conflict may have emboldened Iran to be more proactive in pursuing targets beyond its borders, especially as United States walks a tightrope in de-escalating hostilities and flexing its own military might to deter further moves by Iran. The day before the strikes in Pakistan, Iran launched ballistic missiles against Iraq and Syria, claiming to be targeting a spy base for Israeli forces and anti-Iran terror groups. Iran's dominant position in the Middle East, in contrast to conflict-ridden nations like Yemen and Syria, means it stands to gain from the regional instability and filling power vacuums. Iran's activities now serve to further several of its main goals, which includes empowering Palestinians and counter-attacking American influence in the Middle East. However, Pakistan's subsequent strikes on Iranian soil shows that it has decided to respond with more than just diplomatic repercussions. Iran's strike sparked a diplomatic spat, with Pakistan recalling its ambassador from Iran and suspending all high-level visits from its neighbors. Iran demanded an immediate explanation from its neighbors after Pakistan's strikes. Nearby nations have weighed in, with Bharat saying it has zero tolerance towards terrorism and that the attack was a matter between Iran and Pakistan. China has urged both nations to exercise restraint and avoid escalating tensions further. US said Washington was working to prevent Middle East from erupting into full-scale conflict and said that Iran violated the sovereign borders of three of its neighbors in the last few days, referring to Pakistan, Syria and Iraq. What remains unclear for now is whether either Pakistan or Iran would want to descend into full-blown hostilities over separatist groups that they both regard as an enemy. What do you think about the new front of possible conflict between these two nations? Do comment and share your thoughts with us. Jai Hind.